26-year-old Charles Jones, also known as Julio Foolio, was reportedly celebrating his birthday. I believe he was turning 26 or 27. The police are still investigating the motive for the shooting, but in some of his songs, he made jokes about the murders of people, other groups, and rappers. Getting over this situation isn't going to prove anything, definitely. You know what I mean? Like, your mom is still alive, right? Yeah. And you have siblings, right? Yep. I have 2 sisters and a big brother. You have people who love you, definitely. You've seen it. So what he said, and we'll play the clip, was that you guys have talked a couple of times, and he thinks the beef will end sooner than later. I don't know him. I've never seen him before in my life.
You getting over this is not going to prove anything.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? Like, your mom is still alive, right?
Yeah.
You know, you got siblings?
Yup. I got 2 sisters, a little god sister, and a big brother.
Right, you got people who love you.
Definitely.
You've seen it? Okay. So what he said was, and we'll play the clip, was that you guys have talked a couple of times, and he thinks that the beef will end sooner than later.
I don't know him. I never seen him before in my life.
Civil rapper Charles Jones, known as Julio Foolio and Tampa. Well, you will have kids at some point. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you want to live long enough to have kids for sure. And if you keep going down this road, you're never going to experience what it's like to have kids, which is one of the greatest experiences a human being can have, you know? Yeah, you could say, okay, Julio didn't take anybody, whatever else, but you're not around to feel that love because you're gone. What are you telling? It's crazy because I've faced death so many times. Sometimes I just think this is the way I live. I don't know.
Well, you will have kids at one point. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you want to live long enough to have kids.
For sure.
And if you keep going down this road, you're never going to experience what it's like to have kids, which is one of the greatest experiences a human being can have. You know, yeah, you could go down and say, okay, you know, Julio, he didn't take nobody, whatever else, but you're not around to, you know, to feel that love because you're gone.
What you trying? And it's crazy because I done dodged death so many times. Sometimes I just be like, this is just the way I live. I don't know, like, I don't know. I just see death so much.
I just see death so much in Allison. A prominent rapper, Charles Jones, whose stage name is Julio Foolio, was celebrating his birthday here in Tampa when it was cut short. Take a look here, a bullet hole in the wall of this hotel. Also, this window appears to be boarded up now. Jones's longtime attorney confirmed very limited details as to what happened here.
Hi, in Allison, a prominent rapper, Charles Jones, whose stage name is Julio Foolio, was celebrating his birthday here in Tampa when it was cut short. Right, take a look here, a bullet hole here at the wall of this hotel. Also, I'm going to show you here, this window appears to be boarded up. Now, Jones's longtime attorney confirmed very limited details as to what happened here.
The ATK gang, investigators say, is connected to a string of incidents in Jacksonville. There are many names for ATK, such as Aces and W9. They are potentially responsible for 15 incidents and possibly more.
There's many names for ATK, Aces top 1, 9 people, you know, potentially responsible for 15 and who knows what else.
The song Who I Smoke came out of nowhere, went viral, and made the situation more mainstream, attracting the attention of people who were previously unaware. Did you make them do that? I don't know. They took it too far when they made a song first. Once the dead get involved.
The day we're shooting for When I See You, Who I Smoke.
Who I Smoke came out of nowhere, went crazy, kind of made it more mainstream to where people who don't even know y'all, they were tapped into it. Did you make them do that?
I don't know. I took it too far when they made a song first. Speaking, once the dead get involved,
it's just a lot. That's how it is in Florida. I remember a lyric where he mentioned his grandma. I said, "My grandma does voodoo and we take the head off a goose." I have a couple of songs referencing that because that's what I'm tied in with. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, I guess that's why I came to that conclusion. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I get it.
It's just a lot. That's just what it is in Florida.
Okay, because I remember there's like a lyric where he said like my grandma Zoe or something like that.
I say, my grandma do voodoo and we chop the head off a goose. I got a couple songs referencing like stuff, cause like that's what I'm tied in with. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's why I came to that conclusion.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
So, what part of Jacksonville did you grow up in? The North Side, 1646 West 45th Street, Hilltop Village Apartments. It's like the worst hood in Jacksonville. Literally, the worst. It sounds like this is just going to keep continuing, with more bodies dropping, more people getting shot, more mothers crying, and people losing their brothers and friends. Could there be anything done, like you and Young and Ace sitting down together and saying, look, there's a lot on both ends, but we have to get past this and move on with our careers because we're both successful in our own ways? It could probably help sooner or later. You never know what God has planned. I've told him that a couple of times. We talk from time to time. You know what I'm saying? Like, what could happen? It's not like we want to kill each other. No, we're just mutual.
Okay, so what part of Jacksonville did you grow up in?
The North Side, 1646 West 45th Street, Hilltop Village Apartments. It's like the worst hood in Jacksonville, like literally the worst hood, Hilltop Village Apartments.
It just sounds like this is just going to keep continuing, and more bodies are going to drop, more people are going to get shot, more mothers are going to cry, people are going to lose their brothers and you know, friends and everything else like that. Could there be anything that could be done with, let's just say, you and Young and Ace sitting down together and saying, look, a lot of on both ends, but we have to just basically, you know, we don't have to be friends, but we got to get past this and kind of just move on with our careers because we're both successful in our own way?
It probably happen sooner than later. You never know what God got planned, you know? I told him that a couple times, you know? We be talking time to time, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you never know what can happen. You know, like, it ain't no, you know what I'm saying? We want to kill each other. Nah, we just mutual.
So, he said, and we'll play the clip that you guys have talked a couple of times, and he thinks the beef will end sooner rather than later. I don't know him. I've never even seen him before in my life, in person. Never seen any of them.
So what he said was, and we'll play the clip, was that you guys have talked a couple of times, and he thinks that the beef will end sooner than later.
I don't know him. I never seen him before in my life.
In person?
Never seen him.
Okay.
No, but that's none of them.
In my city, anyone who's into rap tends to diss me to gain views, hoping I'll respond. It's like this. In my city, everyone raps. They diss me so they can get views and a reaction from me. This is their strategy to gain attention. When I made it big, everyone started claiming their spot, and it became a whole scene in the city. Now, all these rappers beefing with me don't even know me. I've never seen any of them before. They just started beefing with me out of nowhere because I became successful. I don't know them, and I don't get what they're on about.
Anybody in my city that's into me who rap, see, this is the thing. See, okay, my city, like, it's like, everybody in my city, they all rap, right? So they rap to diss me so they can get views, so I can respond. So that's their way of like getting on. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, it's like a whole, like when I got everybody went to claim me and shot. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it was like a whole little big city. So everybody who rap in my city, like who would, they beefing with me right now, none of them even know me. I never even seen them before. You know what I'm saying? So all of them, nobody, I don't know none of them. Like, you know what I'm saying? So everybody started beefing with me out the blue just cause I got on. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's just like, I don't know them, so I don't be getting what's going on. I don't know them now.
I've never met him in person. We've never talked. I'm not saying that we have, though. We've DM'd each other before, so there's been some communication. This includes some interactions on Clubhouse. When he said he thinks the beef will end soon, it sounded like he wants to find a way to squash it. It seems like he wants to work things out. Am I open to it? He wants to work things out because he doesn't know me for real. He got what he wanted. Fans and attention. Now he has that, so it's different. As I said, I don't know him.
Well, you've never met him in person, and the two of you actually talked on the phone.
Never talked.
You're saying that's not true?
No, I ain't saying that. No, we don't. He don't. It's like, we done DM'd each other before.
Okay. So you've DM'd each other. There's been some communication between
For sure. And like this little clubhouse and shit.
Okay. And when he said that he thinks that the beef will end sooner than later, it sounds like he wants to figure out a way to squash it. It sounded like he wants to somehow work things out. Are you open to working things out?
He want to work stuff out because he know he don't know me for real. So it's like I say, like, he don't, like, he got what he wanted. Like he got the fans. Like, you know what I'm saying? He got it. He went up. So now he got what he wanted. So now it's like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like I say, bro, I don't know him.
Rapper Charles Jones, better known as Julio Foolio from Tampa, Florida, was involved in a tragic incident. The ongoing feud in Florida's rap scene has claimed another young life. Julio Foolio, who had just turned 26, was targeted while celebrating his birthday. This tragic event adds to the long and terrible history of his rivalry with another Florida rapper, Young Ace. Rumors are now swirling that Young Ace is on the run after seemingly bragging in a new song about ordering the attack on Julio Foolio. In a surprising twist, just hours after Julio Foolio's death, Young Ace released a new diss track titled Do It, and he also posted a tweet that appeared to mock Julio Foolio's passing. This latest tragedy is part of a long-standing rivalry between the two rappers and their crews. Julio Foolio's crew is called Kata, and Young Ace's crew is known as 8K. Both Julio Foolio and Young Ace have previously lost multiple friends and family members to this feud, including their brothers. With Julio Foolio's passing, federal authorities are allegedly focusing on Young Ace in connection to this incident. The Tampa Police Department confirmed to Excel magazine that Julio Foolio, whose real name was Charles Jones, was one of 4 people injured during the incident outside a hotel. The TPD said in a statement that at approximately 4:40 a.m., Tampa police received a 911 call from 11606 McKinley Drive, and a total of 4 people were injured. 1 person was pronounced dead, and 3 other victims are being treated at the hospital. The police are investigating what led up to the incident and are working to identify those involved. This is an active investigation, and additional information will be released when available. Meanwhile, U.S. Attorney Louis Fusco told News 4 Jax that Julio Foolio was celebrating his 26th birthday and was staying at an Airbnb, but the host kicked him out for having too many people, so he and his friends went to another location. Unfortunately, they shared this new location all over social media. According to Julio Foolio's attorney, he was ambushed at the Holiday Inn Hotel, where he rented a room after being kicked out of the Airbnb. In case you're not familiar with Julio Foolio's backstory, he was a rising star in the rap scene from Jacksonville, Florida. He had a big following on social media, with over 1 million followers on Instagram and over 600,000 subscribers on his YouTube channel. But Julio Foolio was also known for his wild public feud with fellow Florida rapper Young Ace. This conflict was not just a personal issue. It was rooted in a long-standing rivalry between their crews, Kata and 8K. The animosity between the two crews had been brewing for years, leading to several tragic events. The tension between the two groups escalated dramatically in 2017 when Julio Foolio's 17-year-old cousin, Zion Brown, was targeted. Shortly after, Deandra Thomas, an associate of Young Ace, was charged. This event set off a chain reaction, leading to more senseless deaths between 2018 and 2021. Other characters involved in this feud include members of both rappers' crews. On Julio Foolio's side, there's Rico, his best friend, and Kiki, his girlfriend, who have both been deeply affected by the ongoing violence. On Young Ace's side, there's T-Rex, his right-hand man, and Lisa, his sister, who also face danger due to the feud. The rap scene in Florida remains tense as both sides continue to clash, causing heartbreak and tragedy for many involved. The authorities are working hard to bring peace and justice, but the rivalry's deep roots make it a difficult battle. In June 2018, Young Ace was targeted in a drive-by shooting, which resulted in the tragic deaths of his brother, Trevin Bullard, and 2 other individuals. Despite being hit 8 times, Young Ace survived. This event added even more fuel to the ongoing feud between Young Ace's crew and Julio Foolio's crew, as Julio Foolio seemingly celebrated the deaths of Young Ace's brother on social media. Fast forward to March 2021, and the feud reached new heights when Young Ace, along with Benz, Wa'apa with the Choppa, and Fast Money Goon, released the song Who I Smoke. This song sampled Vanessa Carlton's 2002 hit 1,000 Miles, and featured a chorus that named deceased members of Julio Foolio's crew. Shortly after, Julio Foolio responded with a song called When I See You. This track began with a news report about the 2018 incident that claimed the life of young Ace's brother, and the music video for the song was equally provocative, showing Julio Foolio dancing in a cemetery with photos of Ace's deceased brother and friend. Over the years, both Julio Foolio and young Ace briefly addressed their feud in interviews, but they mostly avoided going into detail about the conflict. In July 2021, Julio Foolio sat down with Vlad TV and talked about young Ace dissing his deceased little brother on Who I Smoke. He claimed that some of the people who collaborated with young Ace on that track were once his fans before they switched sides. When Vlad asked Julio Foolio if he thought the beef should be squashed to prevent more lives from being lost, Julio Foolio said they would probably sit down and talk it out sooner or later. He also revealed that he had already spoken with young Ace a couple of times and claimed that neither of them wanted the violence to continue. However, when young Ace appeared on Vlad TV shortly after, he denied ever meeting Julio Foolio in person and claimed that Julio Foolio and his crew were dissing him for likes and views. Young Ace eventually admitted that he and Julio Foolio had messaged each other before, but when Vlad suggested that Julio Foolio was open to working things out and squashing the beef, young Ace didn't seem open to the idea. Fans believe that Vlad misunderstood what Julio Foolio meant when he said the beef would end sooner or later. Apparently, Julio Foolio wasn't talking about sitting down and working things out with young Ace. Instead, he meant that it would be over when he and his crew caught young Ace slipping. Young Ace seemingly got the message, which is why there's a lot of speculation now that young Ace decided to catch Julio Foolio first. And sadly, here we are now, reporting on yet another tragedy. What makes Julio Foolio's passing even more tragic is the likelihood that this cycle of violence will continue despite his death. Tom Hackney, a crime analyst in Jacksonville, recently talked to Tampa's WFTV and said that Julio Foolio's passing will only escalate the existing problem. So his crew will feel the need to retaliate against a rival group, and then that just keeps going, Hackney said. So, what do you think about this tragic situation? Do you see any chance of this beef cooling down? Or will Julio Foolio's death just escalate the violence on the streets of Florida even more? I want to hear all your thoughts, so drop your comments down below and then check out this next video.